क्या बनता है खुद पर्सन बिजनेस नहीं करता है लेकिन पिंकी अभी ऑन द वे है टू वोट एंड मेरे फैमिली भी वोट कर रही है बोल सकते हैं क्या करके अबे कोई तो बोला वो नहीं कर सकते ट्रेड अच्छा हाँ ये वो नहीं है ना अबे एक्चुअल में नरको है क्या साइफर नरको को मजाक कर रहे थे
Absolutely. That contact burst play and also the fact that they have no flashes is not at all affecting them, is it? They're playing absolutely perfect, even though they're not having to push people off of, these corners that they might be peeking upon. But where Adam, they're actually not holding any of these angles. They're getting almost scared to fight Global Esports. At times, flash comes in from them, set up Zay, but Rotan's far away from that. A is currently the call, and we're at a already on the rotation here. The wall's gonna take out Garden from the equation, but it's gonna be Patrick who entry in. He's got one on Heaven, and Satoshi just shuts him right down. As Crystal enters and up close, he's gonna try and keep the control of the line.
But apologies ka price is 10,000, not 100. Done agent ho aap. ये देखो थ्रोइंग है क्या हो गया फटका तो फिर भी क्या है उसमें ये लो मर गया That's cute. That's cute. भाई क्या सीन फीडर कर रहा है
I genuinely couldn't care if Patrick died every single round even from now, because his work as the fact that he's entering into the site the way he is, that smoke and the dash in, and then he's alive for 2 maybe 3 more seconds, and that's more than enough for his team to kind of flush in right behind him. The fact that he's staying alive for those 2 seconds, gap of space,
उसका मतलब ये नहीं क्या है
instantly the minute he finds that little gap of space in the site, because the attention he grabs and of course on top of that the bullets that he's gonna spray just instantly makes 2 people look towards his general direction, and he's genuinely doing great work even though he's at the bottom of the scoreboard.
This is gonna be rough. It is going to just be the one player holding once again. Midnight.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Oh no. No one's going to be able to save him, man. And Satoshi's already got an A main. This means A site completely Global Esports is to just pick up.
Spike planted.
Interesting place for a lockdown. You actually could spam it down. I'm not sure, but Global Esports keen on fighting this. They know one's stuck on the left. They're trying to spam him out of that little space, but they're not going to be able to. They're going to just restrict themselves to main, but they've got an open sight of line. And this ult maybe didn't work at all because they've got no smokes there. And it's just gonna be a massacre on Heaven for Rare Adam. Questionable ult at that, but they had to commit it because they had no garden control. A-Star was completely open and they were forced to put it down on Heaven. But unfortunately, on the flip side of it, Global Esports were completely ready for the fact that they can just sit 3 players down in A main and have a firing squad ready for whatever Rare Adam throws at them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The biggest thing about that is if they didn't plant or if they didn't set the lockdown on that, default garden spot, right? They don't. A main does not get hit as well by the lockdown. So there's even more incentive right now for Global Esports to just hold A main because, as you mentioned, there's no smoke, so they're just going to push or they're just going to hold A main.
Bro, George, you know what?
Peeking out, it's going to be more of a raw aim duel, and then Global Esports is just in a better spot to kind of just deal with that.
Extreme fight towards mid-region right now. They spotted 2. There comes the grenade, but it's going to be Yokham who just swings out wide and takes out his counterpart. And he knows one more towards market. But they're going to let him live for now. They're just waiting for the, any sort of backup to come in from their spawn region, but nothing of that sort. Rare Adam not moving an inch from where the rest of the players are. They've just left Zay in towards market to fend off for himself as Global Esports now wait for Random to make their move. A good paranoia. Not going to give too much to Zay, though, as Midnight goes out towards short, gives up his life, and it's just fragmented how Rare Adam are getting picked off. 1 by 1, peeking out in angles that they're giving voluntary fights to Global Esports where they're outnumbered. Mistakes, it's kind of just become desperate at this point, isn't it?
I know exactly where you are. 30 seconds left.
It really has been, and Satoshi's just already spotted. Now they're just going for the kill. Poppy.
Hey, what's the egg? Abhi bhi
He cannot.
Hello?
Satoshi, great reposition though, so he might be able to at least clean up a couple of houses. You know, pad the stats. Able to get 2 kills, but that's gonna be that for this first half.
Quality क्यों
11
टट्टी
to
रखा है
1
उन्हें?
in Global Esports. Incredible performance
Organizing
against
ठीक है,
Rare
सब
Adam
best
here.
है, but ये साले
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Satoshi's been the only shining
बहुत
light in
हाँ तो
rather
क्या बताया क्या?
dull Rare Adam, who've been
अरे वो लोग
just
का वो है
kind
क्या
of
बोलते हैं?
struggling to keep the pace up with Global
अरे हाँ
Esports.
वैसे 12 की वजह
Even
से
at times when Global Esports kind of slow down, play on the contact burst, they've just not been able to reposition to right angles where they are supporting each other, getting the trades. Because number one problem right now for Rare Adam, the fact that the trades are almost non-existent.
बोला ये क्या सीन है? फिर बाद में जब एक फॉर्म मिला गूगल
When
फॉर्म
you're getting pressed
भरा
this
पूरा
much by Global Esports,
और डाल
it's
दिया
all
मैंने
about the
सबमिट
trades,
कर दिया
right? They've
ये
been
वो
just
ये
kind
बात है
of,
अराउंड सैटरडे या संडे की
approaching these
तो वही
contact
ऐसे
points with like
स्ट्रीम
3 to 4
करते स्ट्रीम
members
वाइंड अप किया
at any
खाना
given
खा रहा
moment.
था चेक कर रहा
It's
था
so difficult to be in that
अभी सीन
spot
ऐसा हुआ
as Rare Adam, if you only have like
ये
one
मेरे
player
को
on
लोग को परमिशन मेरे
contact.
को मिल गई थी नेक्स्ट डे
Full blast on mid, we'll see
मंडे
how
को
this
Oh,
फर्स्ट
wow,
हाँ तो
okay.
संडे को मेरे को
So
परमिशन मिल
that's
गई
saying words right now
मैंने
is
मिस
it's
कर
just
दिया
Global Esports
मंडे को
matching
देख रहा हूँ
Global
भेंडी वो मेरे को पूछ रहे थे कि
Okay, okay, the classic
आज का
was
स्ट्रीम
supposed
का
to be
वो
slightly
किधर है
inaccurate, but of course the free weapon still takes away
क्या
2
बोलते
there.
हैं वो भी डालने
Yeah.
देखो
Oh yeah. How do you feel about that change?
कितना
Are you a
views
classic
है वो सब
abuser
डालना
or
लास्ट
do
में
you always get abused
तो
by
डाला तब
one?
पता चला भेंडी मेरे को परमिशन मिल गई है
both.
वाओ
I do like the classic a lot more than the ghost. The thing
तो
is,
कल से कर रहा हूँ अभी कल
it's
भी गया था
not
मैंने
as effective as the ghost, sure, but you on pistol rounds, you get yourself a shield, you get yourself some better, more utility if possible, right? And if you just kind of hold your position for a little bit,
एक तो फिर किसी स्ट्रीम नहीं करता है पूरा ब्लैक आउट रहता है
not
धूप आती है एक साइड से
it has good damage, but don't try to shoot at it in far range against
Blackout
someone that has a
curtains
ghost or a
नहीं
sheriff. You're definitely gonna lose,
पूरा
but
साला उजाला
Yeah.
उजाला
if you
आता
play around it, it's a great weapon, and again, it's free.
Yeah, of course it is indeed free. We're Adam, of course, with a desperate final buy here. It is match point, and they could be looking at a 13-1 loss in their
थोड़ा सा
first
लेट होगा
map
ज्यादा हल्का
of
सा
face-off, which of course is not a great
Just saying,
statement
guys,
going
vote
into the
करके आया
second
मैं।
map. But it is going to be their pick, of course. We're heading to split after this, so who knows what could change there. For the moment, playing a bit of a default here as well as it seems they've just kind of split up between mid and A.
क्या गंदा मैच हाँ
Mostly,
ना बे
and they're just kind of retreating back from A now after
पहली
giving a bit
CN
of
टीम मैंने
initial
वो केस
contact waiting
देखी
for Global Esports
अच्छा
to
वो
do
तो
something.
VCT में
Maybe the
top
attack
team में
right
आएगी
now is heading
But इसमें फिर
towards
भी ठीक है
B, where they've got Patrick and Yudotan waiting for them.
भाई कल का नाउस देखना चाहिए था
Okay.
2 मिनट के लिए मेरी
Setting
पड़ गई
up,
थी
everything right now. Good timing
I
on
mean,
the
पड़ गई
recon
हो गया
right before he
लास्ट
does
में
get
वही
hit by the blade as well.
बट क्लोज था जी
before he
एंटी
gets hit by the
वो लोग
kill
बोल रहे
feed,
थे कि वो लोग उसके
Minute
पहले भी
taking
उससे आ रहे
some brunt of
स्क्रीन
damage
से
already.
घुसने दो
Mid is exposed,
उसका
but I
खुद
think
कुछ
this
बोल
is
रहा
a
था
trap that
मतलब भाई
Global
ये भी ठीक
Esports do want to play in.
डर
They
अच्छा
do
होना
want
चाहिए
Yudotan as well as
30 seconds left.
Yokam this here, or rather Patrick is holding the angle with the
Spike down B.
with all of this Spectre. This is going to be a wipeout. Only one
Yep.
player remaining, and he's stuck all the way in mid.
जी जी
Yeah, too far, too fragmented, and just too
And-
less of everything almost at this point. We're Adam. They're not going to be feeling good about this at all. You can see a couple of smiles there, but just to give them a little credit as
Legit,
well, ladies and gentlemen, this team as well is almost just
ऐसा
as
लगा
new as Global Esports
थोड़ा
is.
सा वन साइड
They've lost their
क्या पता, let's see,
Ascension
let's see.
second
Jinx नहीं
place
करना अपने
team.
उनको।
They went to the final. They went to the final with them back then, and they just couldn't make it all the way through. And on the back end of that, Midnight's the only one to survive that entire roster. He's the only one who's there right now, and the rest of them are still settling in, finding their way. So having a difficult time, just like how we did yesterday on Haven. But yeah, I hope that cat sitting right there can give them a little bit of joy. Maybe just a couple of cuddles will help them right now. Yeah, there's a cat on the chair on the left side where the.
Okay. I thought that
yeah.
was just a fluffy pillow.
No, that's a cat.
Okay. I apologize. I gotta say though,
ये लोगों के अलग ही
it
चालू
was a very dominant performance for Global Esports. I gotta give credit where credit is due. Rare Adam, Satoshi, absolute menace against Global Esports. There were some rounds that I thought Global was gonna lose, like 2 to 3 rounds in the first half because of just how well Satoshi was anchoring that site by himself. And again, the stats do
Nice
show
one.
the 12 to
Papi
14
Chulwan अच्छा मारा है।
and the 275 ACS to his name.
Yeah. Well, he's been pretty great himself. I think by
Decent
by a clear
इनका duelist
shot,
थोड़ा
the
NH क्या रे
MVP is of
योकम
course the IGO Kelly,
BLT
as
का
he's
player इनका
been
क्या कर रहा है is the question
incredible with those annihilations. Every single one he's hit has connected, by the way,
ये लोगों
and
का
for
अच्छा fire
sure
option
has
हो गया
gotten him a free kill. So it's been incredible how they've been able to
भूल मैं इस यहाँ
read
पे तो
where
नाम
the
चेंज नहीं किया
positions of these players are, and it's almost like they're setting up these guys, their opponents into these gaps where Kelly can just shoot that, laser beam through the sky and find a great kill, right? So we're gonna
Yeah.
have a lot of this. Maybe looking forward to, in the upcoming games. Maybe we see another Ascent tomorrow, day after, unless the other team that comes on starts to ban Ascent. You never know, because this was a great showing from Global Esports.
Yeah, absolutely has been. I gotta say as well, as a follow up here, I was a little bit apprehensive with the double sentinel at the very start, but with how well I think the other pieces of Global Esports was able to play in the first half, it felt like, again, it just complemented what was already there for Global Esports.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just really glad that, we played a lot more like a team today. And, who better to tell us about this than the coach himself, Juvie. I'm pretty sure you've got a big wide smile on your face right now, and I would love to see. I'm pretty sure the fans would love to see it. Tell me, what was the idea behind this Ascent comp?
Yeah, this is actually the comp we ran with Lev. We cooked up, me and Idapata cooked up for Lev. Let's be honest, we stole it from Tier 2 NA team. There was a Tier 2 NA team that was running this comp, doing really well in Tier 2, and so we stole it and made it our own. I've made a few changes. We ran Omen before, now we're running Astra instead. And I feel like that makes a big difference for the comp too. I think it makes the defaulting a little bit easier. Astra's able to play, A main pretty passively, and it's been good. It's a really good comp. Yeah, it's really strong. We have a team who beat it pretty badly, running a different comp, but against meta, this comp
ये लोग
pretty
के
much
player है
destroys.
अभी भी chat में
Yeah, can I
Fine.
ask at least what was
player बोलो, जो भी है वो
which kind of
कुछ तो
counter
ये
it
लोग
does to
D1
the
भी
meta
कोई तो लग
comp
रहा है
on Ascent? Does it hurt the KJ a lot more, or I'm just kind of
कुछ तो
curious
scene हो
what
गया
was
लोग का
the thought process, with this to counter stuff, if it's okay to ask.
No, the whole point of the comp to you just deny information. Like, we have all of B main, we have all of A main, we have all of mid. They have no information. And at that point, you basically just walk contact at this point, walk up, because at this point, they're forced to start peeking with their bodies. Now they got to jump spot, now they got to swing, they got to do something, because they have no information on what's going on around the map. And it's just denies information, and it makes it really easy to play. It's a super simple, easy comp to play, not much to it.
There was, of course, a phrase that you mentioned, when we were talking about that flashes are overrated, right? And you showed that, in this comp, clearly no flash. The Omen also would be the only one, if at all you were playing, that would have given you the one little, paranoia that could set up stuff. But you went completely off the flash, trajectory. What's the idea behind that? Tell me a little bit about what your thought process of having no flashes, to set up your duelist, or maybe something around that, works. How has this been successful?
Yeah, I mean, flashes are great when you're executing and when you're retaking. Those are the two things you never want to do with this comp. You never want to execute, you never want to get into retake situations. Because if you're in a retake situation, you just don't have the util. You don't have the util to execute well. You can really only execute when you have ults with this comp. So it's just, like I said, flashes are overrated. I don't know. That's really all there is to it, man.
Yeah, for sure, because it felt like the flashes
मेरे को
that
टीम भी सब पसंद आ रहा है
Rare was kind of
इसमें
setting up
बहुत ही
against
blur हो
you
रहा है zoom करो तो देख
not as
Full
effective.
blur,
The one thing that me and Universe were
Pixel
kind of
पर trace लग
discussing
रहा है
while the game was happening was Satoshi was kind of the one player from Rare Atom that was giving trouble to Global Esports. Can I ask just, did you give any words to GE during this time, to kind of just face against Satoshi, or were they just kind of just discussing on how themselves and how to kind of deal with Satoshi here?
No, I mean, he obviously had that one round, that 1-3K when he was near Jin, and honestly, that was more of a fuck up on our end. Mark or Yokum or Patrick Hu or Patrick Y for this point, one way to our own team, and so there's just a little mistake. I mean, he obviously played well, but it's tough to play well when you lose 13-1. Nobody's gonna have a good score,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, you've got Split coming up, and I feel like a little bit of a redemption, maybe, you're crawling up your nerves right now. Any thoughts about what you might expect from Rare Atom on this map? Because of course this is their map pick.
I assume stop seeing us lose to Naus on split. I think they're just gonna run double duelist. And if they run double duelist, I feel like we made the changes. Like I said, we didn't lose because of the comp. You guys can go back and watch my VOD from yesterday.
SN पे
I
no
did a
flash
VOD
comp
review
पहले भी use
of
हुआ
us
है.
playing split yesterday, and then we didn't lose because of the comp. There's tons of a jillion other mistakes that happened that add up to a loss, right? And so today is just clean up those mistakes, be more proactive and less passive, and I think
कौन सा match है
we'll be
भाई?
fine.
All right. Well, Juvie, thank you so much. A great first game for today. Hopefully, it's going to be continuing on the next as well. All the best for Split. We'll see you at the end of it.
Hashtag GE winning, boys.
Winning? साला fighting में बोले.
Winning indeed. We'll find out how far that can go. Yeah, we'll find out. You know, he's here to change that hashtag. You know, we're G fighting until last
Lev
year.
news
Now
gather
he's
272
like,
initiative,
nah, it is going to be
one
G
duelist,
winning.
G2
And
was left.
well, I'm glad. You know, it's
Oh, no
time
shit.
about, you know, Global Esports, you know, we start winning. And we're going to see hopefully that on Split as well. But Adam, I'm not going to count them out just yet. Split is a really tricky map with them
Assuming
as
Lev
far as I've
जीता
seen in the
ऐसा
previous
कि
tournament
G2 जीता.
that they played. They do play double duelist, but they've kind of shifted
हारा
around
नहीं
it a little
मानता.
bit. Like I said, they can play
Plus
multiple
one,
comps.
G
So
winning.
maybe throwing a curveball here, seeing
हो
what Global
सकता है.
Esports already played yesterday, they could adjust to that and give them more trouble than they did on Ascent.
Yeah, I will say though as well, there is a lot more variance to Split than there is to Ascent in terms of rotation and whatnot.
Absolutely.
So there could be a part
It was
where,
by यार flex मत करना
you
नया
know, the
mouse
map
लेके आया तो.
control for Global Esports
भाई को
might
भूल मत
shift
जाना
a
मेरा भी
little bit
gameplay
compared
वैसे ही
to
है.
what we saw in Ascent. But again, depending on how a rare Atom goes about this, we'll just have to see how this kind of unravels. Again, or Juvenile was mentioning that double duelist could pop out here, and that could spell a little bit more difficulty because I think the biggest problem for Rare Atom on Ascent was they didn't really had enough, I think, players willing to really peek and be safe. Sure, they had that part with Minato, but they burned his utility quite well, quite quickly. Imagine if there was a Yoru in this time or Raze that's going to add a little bit more control around the map. Maybe that's going to help out Rare Atom, but again, it's still to be seen what they actually pick up and bring onto Split.
Yeah, I think, you know, a little bit more of a system for Rare Atom would really help them. Trades were the #1 problem for them because they were getting nobody in any part of the map could actually help them out, because you could see Minato sticking along with Midnight at times where, you know, he could set him up with flashes, but Minato was never in a position to take a fight convincingly enough where the flash points could help him out in that case. But now I think things are going to change. Of course, we might end up seeing a breach as well from their end. A lot of different things that could be expected. I'm completely unsure about what Rare Atom are going to be bringing into this particular version of Split against Global Esports, because we see Global Esports do run and love that Neon, and the Sova as well. They play that Sova on Split, which of course is you know, an anomaly. You don't really see that agent, but Crystal has got a good impact. You know, we saw it yesterday as well. What do you feel about that Neon Split comp with the Sova?
एक मिनट में थोड़ा सा वॉच भाई के कानपुर में अड़ता है, देखना पड़ेगा मेरे को.
It's because at least the Neon,
VCT
25, how many smokes setups you have with the controller,
America's
they
24
do play that Viper Astra, so there's a lot of not being able to see through that, obviously, and then you have the fast lane with the Neon. Having one well-placed recon dart can at least give Patrick that bit of clarity to kind of focus his efforts on, right? Because there's so many things you have to clear out on A side, B side, mid lane.
100 Tuesday था.
So that kind of helps it out.
ये कब हुआ बे?
I think right now, if you're going to be playing with Sova on Split, is the same thing that we've been having issues with on Sova and Split.
Main event, main event.
It takes too long to kind of set up, and you're kind of
stage 1, stage 2 को जीता फिर.
So they have to find, they have to find that fine line of being able to set up while he's about to just kind of rush right in. So definitely something to just kind of watch out for here as Global Esports, because again, that change of tempo between these two players can definitely be a problem.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to find out what Rare Atom have got in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. The Agent Select coming up right now, as we're going to see Global Esports stick to their usual. And yep, Midnight's going to be taking on the big bad breach there. We got Minato and Razor Yoru coming in. So they're going to be doing the exact same thing that they did in their previous game in the
Anant,
Chinese
mere
tournament that
bhai,
they play.
hello, what's up, bro?
Satoshi's
Welcome
going
to
to
the stream.
continue on the Omen,
क्या वो हाल
and
से?
it's a pretty aggressive comp here for Rare Adam.
और बता भाई,
as well.
prediction क्या आप लोग के?
I don't expect them to kind of play as slow
मैंने
as
भी
they
वही
did
डाला ना, I
on
guess.
Ascent, of course, because they need confidence right now, and I think it needs to start with the pistol itself.
मैंने भी
And
G
given
डाला
the
था.
fact that they're starting off on what is considered to be
G
historically
fighting
the slightly
बोलते
more
हैं.
weaker side of Split, they will need at least 4, maybe 5 rounds
आज
before
easy
going
लग
into
रहा है
the
भाई.
you know,
कल
second
थोड़ा
half.
एनएच क्यों हुआ था?
Yeah, fair enough, right?
I'm
But
sorry.
there's a
Juvi
lot
bhai, I'm
of,
sorry, I'd like to
stopping
apologize for
power
that.
right now for Global Esports. They got Kelly S.
मेरे मुंह
is
से
playing
गलती
on
से निकल
the,
गया भाई. I'm
on the
literally
Viper, and
sorry.
I think there was some discussion yesterday about people just saying, "Oh, Viper, that's kind of interesting." But I think it's very strong as well. And again, imagine the wall just being able to be placed even before your Astral Ultimate is there, so you have
Bro, let's
something to
stream कह रहे मेरे को
separate,
याद नहीं कौन
pushing
सा
into the
किसका
site.
क्या stream है.
It's
किसका क्या
safety
match
for
है?
your for yourself.
No shit.
So I
No
really
shit.
do like this one. It also stops maybe the
थोड़ा सा है, कर
approach
देगा मैंने.
of what comes after the raise, because you place the
Holy
snake bite on
shit.
certain good locations, especially with the gravity well. There's a lot of combinations here that can really mess up Rare Adam if they're not careful, or if they're not able to.
I'm sorry,
you know,
thumbnail
kind of,
थोड़ा कल का डाल दिया
walk
मैंने.
and weave through all of that,
2020 से?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
here they go
22
once
से जब
again.
वो
They're going in towards ramps.
देखा ना?
Kelly gonna hold them off, but look at how quickly
Land
Minato's
Cedric
come
सबसे
in
देखा मैंने.
from the
उसके पहले मेरे को भी नहीं पता
mid-region,
था.
supported by Satoshi, and now it's Yutatan alone on site to try and defend this for as long as he can. Gone down to 22 already. Nade's gonna push him off his angle as well, and he's got no
Sorry,
chance
sorry.
of
My
surviving
bad,
here.
my bad.
And already pedal to the metal, it seems, for Rare
My bad,
Adam,
my
of
bad,
course,
my
with this
थोड़ा सा
comp.
हो गया.
You would expect
Thumbnail
this.
change करा था,
And
कल
now
का
they're
thumbnail
ready
लगा
to
दिया
go
मैंने.
in all the way towards their spawn.
Oh,
One gun, but that's all he's gonna get. Satoshi gets taken out as well. 1v2, and of course, who better than the clutch master himself,
Papi Chulo.
He's gotten multiple of these clutches in his hands. The win rate is pretty high, but it's all about
BJ
the crossfire that he needs to break when Zay takes him out
अरे वो
from
BJ में तो मैं इतना
under
follow किया नहीं.
heaven, and that's gonna be
I mean,
where
yeah, but-
Adam's first round
PUBG follow किया. BJ में इतना follow नहीं किया.
on split.
Yeah, that was very messy for both teams. I think that that exchange of flashes
Close
was
नहीं
just
किया, but ठीक है,
enough so
not
that
bad.
Minato and that mid push coming in from Rare Adam was enough to kind of just pinch in. You saw how, I think, confused Global Esports was.
What
in
are
that,
the
odds?
Contact. They really wanted to hold the top of ramp.
कि
And unfortunately, didn't really
G का
have
थोड़ा सा
time
NH
to
हो जाए.
retreat
What are the
back,
odds?
Right into
ये round में,
regress
ये
back
round में.
into their own part of
Jinx
the
नहीं करो,
site,
सिर्फ
so
पूछ
that
रहा,
was
confirm
just a
करो मैं.
really big hit.
What are the odds?
Now
क्या हो
guys
सकता है?
checking the map right now. This is going to be a push from Rare Adam. No one's home. B side just
Yeah.
completely
क्या किया मैंने किया?
abandoned.
Language.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty easy for them to plant down, but Global
और हाँ तू
Esports
ये खेला है ना?
yesterday
क्या
and
बोलते
even the
हैं
day
BJ में?
before, they've
I mean,
actually been pretty
esports?
good on these eco rounds. So even though they stack the other site, most usually they're able to actually dish out really good damage, and even in some, half the cases actually win these rounds because they're not too pressured by the time of the spike as it keeps ticking down. So we're gonna see how exactly they're gonna approach this. 4 right now on the flank, as Crystal's just gonna hold on towards mid to see if anybody's overextending from the side of Rare Adam, because the minute they've seen this tripwire get triggered, I think that they're gonna start moving in more towards
अगर मैं इस गेम को 4 साल से देता तो अभी तक नहीं.
Aftershock ready. Stun comes
अरे
in.
मतलब वही
It's
है.
gonna be Patrick who has to give up his life, but the rest of the team can pretty easily just die.
Situation पे रहता. अभी भी कर सकते हो, उसमें क्या हुआ? एज क्या अभी तेरी?
One vandal, and that's gonna be not retrieved by anybody from
not bad, not bad.
this side.
Good,
Crystal though, he does pick up the vandal, but no, he goes down at the very last second. Midnight just says, nope, you're not getting away with anything, and that's just plain unlucky, man.
Yeah, that's great timing though from Adam. They definitely have a cleaner start here compared to that Ascent map that we saw. I actually thought Crystal forgot to take the L on that explosion from
Coronavirus.
He was trying to save the vinyl, as you were mentioning. Now,
Yep.
Oh, this is interesting. Oh, okay, never mind.
ये सैचो के देखेला लगता है.
On the ceiling. Okay, it's all good. We're done. No more aggressive play on to B for now.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Give them a little bit of initial contact.
जैसा बात
sound
किसी
and
गेम में आना तो
back away
यूज
from there.
अच्छा
And
करना
also
बहुत
fake
मुश्किल है.
TP towards A. They've triggered the fake out as well, just to make sure that Yuratan is gonna keep himself
वैसा
busy
तो फिर
there
अभी जैसा कि जो
alongside
अभी जो बच्चे
Patrick.
अभी पैदा
But
हुए
Global Esports, look at this.
उनको
They're going to
e-sports
go
में
for that
घुसना है, वो लोग
reclearance
अभी
towards
गेम
B
पकड़ा,
main as a 3
वो
stack.
गेम को प्रो
And this
करते
might
गए,
actually be really good
वो लोग भी जा
information from
सकते हैं,
them
उसमें क्या है?
because
उसी तरह
there's
पॉइंट
nobody
के
from
किस
Rare
पॉइंट्स
Adam
पे
except
थोड़ा
for
उसको उतना टाइम है, जब उतना
goooo,
टाइम देने
and
को,
he
फुल
is
टाइम देने
gonna
को.
expect them to push in. He's holding it. He's calling Midnight to come
e-sports
back
का
here.
तो पार्ट टाइम
One
कर नहीं सकता
flash
ना.
could actually kind of turn things around, and maybe he's holding it for a little too long as they swing out and find the spike as well.
भाई
Satoshi's
6-6
here,
8
a
टास्क
deep
की वो लोग की
start,
वो ड्रिल
smokes it
रहती है
off, and
भाई.
that's Global Esports in control of the win condition of this round for Rare Adam.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, this is just bad. Satoshi had the ultimate from the shadows.
Flawless
Maybe
or
he could have
what?
picked it up and
Flawless
rotated
incoming
all the way
bolte.
through the
30
A site,
seconds
but
left.
this is not looking too good. They could potentially just retake this completely as they're cutting from that wraparound on B main, right? But the problem with that is it's still a 5 versus 2. And
Yeah.
if they show themselves, Kelly S is going to spot them.
Okay.
That's going to
Double
fall
pick
back
तो
to
है.
the 2 players, and there's not
मैं
really
चलता
enough
हूँ
time, so
गेम
maybe
खेलने.
just save the weapons.
बाय बाय वॉज बाय.
Live to fight for another
मेरा
round.
माउस
but
की फ्लेक्स
they're
करते हुए
running
दिखे
this
मेरे को.
fight here, Universe, and they're trying to at least take some bodies away from Global Esports. There's just no time left, though.
Yeah, maybe just picking up that Vandal is going to be the best decision.
मारो
Or the
साले को.
Phantom, whatever is.
The ability, again, the ability right now of Global Esports to just keep kind of cascading slowly and trading, even though you don't think it's gonna happen, has been such a big problem right now for Rare Adam. And unfortunately for Rare Adam here, it is showing a lot more. Again, they got a couple.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is just amazing from Crystal. Instant ultimate, the Hunter's Fury is going to catch 2 and take him off completely from the grid. And Midnight was tagged by it too, so he's down to 70 HP. And a full buy round, by the way, for Rare Adam just boiled down to 2 players who are just struggling even for information at this point. It's just a matter of 15, 20 seconds.
Brutal. You just, and again, it just feels like there's great guesses, or just, I don't want to say guess. It probably is like confident plays right now, right, from Global Esports. Sure, it's a 3-2. They've only have that 1 round advantage, but it was a big turnaround swing, and they just said, you know what, if this doesn't work, we still have so much utility to kind of retake everything else. We have Patrick, who does have his overdrive up and running. So if it doesn't work out, then, it doesn't. With at least that the Hunter's Fury play. But they have so much left in the tank with the 5 players still remaining as well. They've heard it all already. Midnight, he's got to have to set up like the godliest of angles with that Rolling Thunder of his. And Patrick just wants blood. He just wanted to chase that kill all the way on heaven.
Yeah. His team just called him back, told him, just hold on, we'll get you to your kills, just get away. And the stun is amazing. The Rolling Thunder comes in though, it does save Satoshi. No, it won't. Too many players to mark upon, and too many players to shoot for Midnight as well. That's going to be number 4 for Global Esports, as once again, a team effort here. Really good stuff. Patrick, I think if he would have just slid out there, might have been more easier. That control at the last second to just tell him, hold on, don't go just yet. We're getting you in there. You can get the kills done. Was really important for him. And that's going to give Adam another reason for a timeout. Mickey is going to call it in. And it's not been easy. Both these maps, the start has been difficult for them. I thought that after the pistol and the follow-up, where Adam might actually get off to a good foot here, but clearly the coach is not comfortable.
Yeah, they're having a lot of trouble. Like you mentioned, those 2-round starts from Rare Adam looked incredible. But the problem is, again, there's that variance of, oh, it was the pistol round. Oh, we didn't have full utility. But now that, you know, the setup's already been placed here by Global Esports, how are they going to be playing to adjust? And it seems like it hasn't been working out, even though we did see
थोड़ा सा वाईफाई एनएच हो गया मेरा
Duelist come out.
पहली
We
बार इतना
haven't
हेवी
really
सीन
seen the value of that really pressing.
कल माँ कसम हो रहा कल मेरे वजह से नहीं कल
The thing that he's just been
उसकी
doing
वजह
is
से हुआ
just
था
throwing his double
स्ट्रीम की
satchel
वजह
at the
से
very start, right? Trying to catch
Mm-hmm.
जी
anybody
वालों
if
से
he
ही बंद
can.
हुआ था कल
But you're not really going to be able to do that. So maybe saving the satchels would be the better option. Raze hasn't been getting as much value with this Yoru as well. I think they wanted to try to cascade maybe the flashes with him and the breach, but it hasn't been working out. Or maybe have a breach done somewhere and maybe get a catch. But because they don't have a initiator that gets information,
गाइस
like,
जिसका भी थोड़ा
Cedric or
एनएच के और एक
Sova,
बार
he
रिफ्रेश मारो
can't
ना प्लीज
really go into
I highly
the
apologize.
CT being sure that there's someone at the back of it right on contact. So they have to be reactive rather than proactive as Rare Adam, which is bad when you're going to be playing on the attacking side.
Yeah, there is a tripwire right across Minato here, but he's holding that angle, hoping that somebody maybe comes to re-clear this little corner. But GE not interested because they do have 3 players here, and all they need to do is play on the back of that trip. Start moving in now. Oh,
Plus
is he actually going to do this yet? Kellyus is going to go for the re-clearance. He's going to lose his life, and so will
Yeah, and make sure to like,
and that's a problem. But there is a trade-off for Yokam. It's a 1-for-2 though. 3 versus 4 now, and Crystal's gonna be overpowered as well. Poppy, all by his lonesome, has to try and hold his B sides. 1 goes down. He's got 3 more to shoot upon. Paranoia,
shit, left the pick.
Coming his way, and people flanking him as well. But here comes the overdrive. He's gonna slide into 2 more people and too many bodies to aim towards. 4 and 3. Where Adam just get away with a
timeout. Good timeout.
Here, all things considered.
Nice one, nice one. अच्छा था, अच्छा था.
Definitely. That's what they definitely wanted to happen. That catch with the... Who was this that got the catch there? Yeah, it was Minato that was just holding on top ramp right there, just waiting for someone to
बंदा भूल
actually
गया
push
कौन था वो?
through. That was one of the things that we
Minato.
saw work super well when they were playing on the pistol round. So again, if they can replicate this, that's going to be huge. Raze, though...
ठीक है लाइन पे ब्लाइंड के लिए.
Oh, top ramp. Very excited to see how this setup works. Okay.
ओह अरे ऑब्जर्वर में थोड़ा एनएच के उधर दिखता नहीं बराबर.
Yeah, I do like it. All that recon's brilliant, but he's shooting the... Okay, never mind. He
Yeah, nice.
And of course, it has to be Crystal. Shooting through smokes is kind of his...
Maybe just Sam Martha same as it is. 1 taps.
He usually does find those skills somehow. Spots another, and they know that this is aggressive towards A, and they're forcing them back where Adam at the moment. And Zay needs to try and find an opening. That does get spotted. He's gonna go through it, and that's the spike! Dropped in an open position. They do have from the shadows to try and pick it up. But
Nice one, my guy.
Where Adam really need to get back from here right now because this fight and this, map control is really not in their favor.
Let's try to pick up the... Oh. And they spotted. Oh, missed stun throw from Patrick. Could be bad.
3 HP clutch.
It is bad. Has to give up his life here. Yuratan's... Oh, he's jumped over the tripwire. He's come on behind them. This could be the play that breaks Camel's back here. He's gonna have to run through. Finds both of them, and he's done enough for his team.
अच्छा था बे.
The timing of that jump towards main on trip was perfect because he just caught them off guard. And it was not enough. Yeah, he can go there, but Kelly's just waiting for him. Yep, he's gonna come out. Kelly! No, Kelly! No!
He did damage. That's the important thing. Oh, he's down to 56. Okay, so Kelly...
नहीं भाई वो तो 3 HP मारा था ब्रीच ने.
2 versus 1. The fight's not over.
Yeah, not just yet. It is a 1v2. He's alive, Crystal's alive, but so is Satoshi. He's been great on map 1.
केली गाली खाने वाला.
Looking to do the same on map 2. But he's confused about Crystal's position right now. Does readjust, and Crystal most likely will now be...
Pillar.
Did he go over the side? Did he actually tuck in behind the box? And Crystal's making his steps. He's gonna go back. He's gonna find him, but it's gonna be Satoshi who shuts him straight down. What a clutch from the Omen. As once again, he's there to save Rare Adam from extinction.
Yeah, I thought Kelly S had the biggest...
Kelly, any comments on that spray over there, bro?
The B side, knowing that again, There is
Stage is
still
all
time
yours.
to play from the shadows and plant the spike, but then out of nowhere, Satoshi just hits the massive shots. Urutan
इधर ही हुआ
did
इधर ही
such a
हुआ
great job at going for the flank before he gets exposed by the opponent's neural theft, and then this one. How does that happen? Absolutely insane from Satoshi.
Dazing
right?
हुआ
And
क्या
then
उधर
this last shot.
डीसिंग को सबका
Crystal,
वो सीन चालू है
he was
Ping.
playing aim labs.
Ping इस पे
Oh,
Incredible stuff.
oh, this is real life. Okay, there's a play from Raze.
राजे
He's gotten in the over.
अबे ये लोग कहाँ से खेल रहे हैं एटम वाले
Overdrive for a second, but he's got cleared
ये
off
तो
the
Chinese है
completely. And the rest of his team actually can join him because B main is completely clear at the moment. But look at Global Esports. They've actually called in. That smoke might help them isolate this fight. Poppy will lose his life. The swing out comes in finally. Kelly does trade him out. And now it's
Chinese वाले खेल रहे हैं
that
कैसे
weapon. He's got a
दो गए
showstopper coming
एक
his
ही
way.
never
And
mind
that's going to just obliterate him. But
nice
Kelly's
trade
still standing
never
strong.
mind never mind
Doing a little bit work for what he missed out on the previous round. It is a 2 versus 3. Make that a 1 versus 3. And it's all left on Yuratan. This Crystal could not stand his ground on Heaven.
कूदा
He's been spotted now. Has to go back up.
ओह नीचे ढूंढ रहे हैं नीचे ढूंढ रहे हैं नीचे ढूंढ रहे हैं
Crosshair, and it's not going to be helping him because Satoshi's ready once again to shut things down. And this Omen's been a menace, man, continuously for 2 maps in a row. And now that's actually gotten them the lead.
Yeah, that's a pretty big shift of things right now. If Satoshi can rally up Rare Atom and again, Global Esports start feeling the pressure of this Omen, this could turn into a very different game from what we've seen in the past couple of rounds. Again, granted, it was just a different and that last round was also a save round for
Raze.
Esports, so this is going to be the big challenge.
I
We'll see how
like
this kinda goes.
Raze.
The setup has been the same for Rare Atom these past couple of rounds. They've been just going aggressively into the ramps. But
ये क्या रेड था बे
Global Esports can just play a farther
उसको
back
कैसे
because
पता उधर
they
से
do
आएगा
have the cipher just to kind of again provide that safety without having to be there in person.
Yeah, Kelly's actually changed his wall as well. Look at the trajectory of that wall. It's going all the way towards mid. It's a little more curved
Mom dad
towards
vote
A,
करके आए मेरे को
Evan as
फोटो भेजे
well. A little more behind. Oh, that stun is actually pretty great. And it's going to take out Minato. He's going to just spam him straight down. Another spot here for Patrick. He's got a tripwire to help him out towards A main there. And Utatan's going to be swinging on the back of that too. But Rare Atom kind of just suffocated towards this ramp region of the A side. And all 4 of them here, by the way. No real rotation possibility at the moment.
अच्छा गलती मारी गई थी अच्छी
If
गलती
Zay decides to teleport away from here. But they've gotten A Heaven control for the moment.
गलती
That's
क्यों
the
मैं
only
आज
real estate they currently have been given by Global Esports. Could kind of push in towards spawn, force them to play on site. But no, they're going to go straight out from Heaven. Zay, first point of contact. Has 1 player, but Kelly and Patrick just find gaps in
ये क्या था बे
little pushes
retake
that Rare Atom are making.
ठीक था but कुछ
And
तो
it's
था
just
कौन सा
little
तो टेक
bit
था
decision mismatch from Rare Atom as they move out of these positions. Yes,
Cypher
they're
आया
looking
कैसे
at
उधर से वो
general
देखना रुक
directions
मेरे
where they could find players sitting, but unfortunately for
Cypher,
them,
अच्छा
they
पीछे
just
था
kind of didn't expect that they're going to swing out of these smokes or
Oh.
even from the back side. Those cages from Yuratan helping GE even more. Really
Nice
great,
flawless.
hold here from Global Esports.
I gotta add to
अच्छा
that.
flawless अच्छा
That
flawless
not just the cages, but the tripwires too. Those are kind of
Yep.
dirty. I was about to ask, like, was there a camera? Was there a shock or a recon dart that exposed one of the players of Rare Atom? No, it was just one of the tripwires. And then I think
so,
because
yeah.
of that, Rare Atom just hesitated for a split second, and that split second was enough for Global
Oh,
Esports
defensive
to
one.
again follow up on the site, right, and start defending it better.
ये लोग पे कंट्रोल
Yeah, look at the counter. Look at how
डबल कंट्रोल
quickly
बेटा चलो क्या बे
Minato just kind of flew in towards mid, and now they've actually
Astra,
gone past
Viper.
that Viper ult. Now anything could be possible.
Cypher
Rare Atom
भाई buff
could
होके
be
भी
in
खेला
your
जा रहा है भाई
spawn, they
देख
could
लो
be anywhere because Kelly's already called this out. But the B main control,
Sorry,
as
nerf
a
होके भी
reaction
खेला जा
to
रहा है
that mid take, is going to come through. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but Satoshi doubles up once again. Crystal's
Satoshi
already
bit
pretty
thrown out
darn low, and he's going to
Whoa.
win this
The
fight.
wide
He
pick
returns the
both
favor for
the-
that clutch that he lost, and now he's going to just drone out to make
Pitch
sure that
करके
he's
लिया उसको।
clearing off his
ये तो
backline.
मैं ऐसा लेता
The side is open. There is a teleport that comes
Hello?
in close. He spots him out. The
Hello?
shield from the region might help him here take this fight, but no. Zay is going to confirm that frag.
ये कुछ
And
हुआ
now we're
योरू
at
को
him. Look at the position.
योरू की शील्ड हिली
Weirdly placed. Somehow still works out for them though, as Yurotan's been left alone, and he's got Zay to look upon, opened his cam, still wins that though.
पिचू
Has some neural
नहीं,
theft,
नहीं, पिचू।
1v2, one's on mid. All's already been made
30
to rotate
seconds left.
towards
अरे एक हो
A.
रहा है ये हो रहा
I
है
think he'll hear this tripwire, unless of course he wants to chase them down.
बता दिया
Ooh. No sound from Udotan here. I was about to say.
What the? What the?
Hey, yo, that is crazy, dude.
Spike planted.
I gotta give that a clap. Sorry.
What
That
the
is insane.
fuck?
With the parkour, man. 1 versus 1 uses the neural theft, gets information. Now he knows where Minato
Please.
is hunkered down here. 1 versus 1.
Please.
Oh, amazing.
My God, Udotan.
Clutch
Finally, I
बोलते.
could cuss just how good
इधर
that,
किसको पता नहीं चलेगा.
that jump over the tripwire was.
Jump
Jeez.
करके shift करके
Man,
rope पकड़
That
के
is one
फिर
of
भी
the
मारा गया. एक
cleanest
comment
pieces of
cipher.
movement
The
I've
stage is
seen
all yours.
in any professional
Whoop.
game of Valorant. That was incredible.
Whoop.
So clean and catches the
थोड़ा
rope
सा
right just before he drops
नहीं है
down.
sound आता ही है. ये
and
लोग को
wins
sound
the
आता
round
है.
with
अपन थोड़ी फिर
absolute
भी तुम मिस कर
style.
देंगे. ये लोग
He's
को आता
like,
ही है.
he should be so proud of himself. for
Nah,
doing
nah,
that.
nah, bro. That shit
Hell
was
yeah, that was
legendary.
he can just put it on his highlight reels and then on like YouTube
Bro,
or something. It's
इधर क्या बोल रहे कुछ लोग?
100,000 views in like 1 day.
Bro,
Easy.
Udotan, I love Udotan. Bro,
Find
what
those clips, man.
WWG,
Alright,
holy
6 to
bro,
5. Last round of the first
My good,
half.
my good,
Both
my good.
teams getting shook by each
Cusson,
other.
yeah.
I love this. This is neck and neck, honestly. And we've been seeing such different ways of playing Valorant from both sides. And we're going to see something different again from Rare Adam here.
Oh, so look at that setup. The rolling thunder, the flashes, the catch out. Kelly has completely caught with his pants open on rafters, blinded and stunned as well. And Patrick, you're a
Udotan
little
सीधा
bit worried
उड़ी
about
दिया.
mid. He needs to check this corner. Will he?
अच्छा,
Yes, he
हो गया.
will. You are not aware of this, but look at how quickly Global Esports turns around. Somehow
Ah,
he
nice.
but he's pulled out 3 of his own.
Nice.
He's gonna have a little bit of trouble from heaven, and it's only
एक और मार, एक और
Crystal
मार.
in a 1v1 chunk of damage. He's gonna have to let Minato get away, maybe take the spike. 50 seconds to the round here, and Crystal's just gonna reposition and go back towards A.
Ooh. So this is kind of
Spike
good
तो है अपने
because
पे.
it
इतनी
does
rotation
allow
नहीं है.
him to rotate back all the way through spawn. And it is a 1 versus 1, right? So you do want the 50-50
Holy
of just
shit.
knowing
Really
if your opponent is either going to
It's
go
about
to
really
A or
bad
the B
time.
side. There's no time for Minato to go around, though. But it does make him kind of frantic of where Crystal is going to
Nah,
go. Now
bro,
that Crystal's
कुछ तो
heard
अलग ही था.
that, he knows exactly where the
Spike
plant's going to
planted.
be. Now the 1 versus 1, weapon out. Oh, timing is going to be crucial here. And that's perfect, man. He repositioned, and Minato just had absolutely no clue where Crystal was going to be coming from.
Yeah, but how quickly did this round turn around from Unitas double to Patrick finding that kill on towards mid? The reclearance really important. I love the fact that Patrick just decided to just check that cubby, because most usually if you find that nobody's towards mid, nobody's around those main angles, sometimes it goes unchecked. But really good stuff here from Global Esports. I wish you could have seen what exactly Udotan did to get those double kills. But hey, Global Esports take the W, and they're going into the second half with the minimal of 2 rounds in their
Legit
bag.
था,
I
कुछ
just
तो
lost
legit
my
था.
train of thought.
That's totally fine, man. This game makes us lose our train of thought. There's been some banger rounds. I gotta say as well, crazy good setup from Rare Adam there. I think the follow-up was just the thing that really kind of struggled as well, right? We were talking about how this is the face-off is for Global Esports to really hone in this new roster, but in this specific series, it's also for Rare Adam to kind of iron out the kinks, right?
True.
Soda is good.
Initial mid
Not
contact
bad.
once again through the smoke as they try to maybe break out that tripwire that's been placed by Ueo. Satoshi's on the other end of it, and he's expecting to get lost the hand, and Udotan delivers it right back to him. And the ghost makes him feel a little nutty. Udotan's consistently been fragging out for his team.
तेरा का
First
reload हो गया.
continues to do it. And RA getting antsy for information. They want the information on B main, and they're gonna put in bodies for it. This is exactly what Juvie mentioned, Nazurai, that once they lose out on a couple of places in the map, they're gonna start putting bodies to commit for information. And that's exactly what RA did, and Global Esports was just ready for it at the right place at the right time.
1 enemy remaining.
Sure, and it's not over just yet. One more for Minato. That's
What
gonna
a
hurt.
clean round.
Bas-
Wait, did nobody take damage the entire round?
Flawless बोलते.
Looks like no. Okay, so look at this replay real quick. That was a fraction of like vision for Rudatan there, and he still gets the kill. And of course, that good set of string of takeouts on B main, and just everything just followed through, right? So
region shield ले रहे हैं लोग लेना चाहिए क्या?
A good swing on the second half, and they're not wasting any time here, man. They're buying up
अच्छा है लेना
rifles as they can, and again, hunkering
region
down
shield
that region shield, as we've seen like 4 people just buy it on that on this round for GE.
Yeah, a couple of pistols to work with here for Adam. Initial smoke towards A to keep off control, and they know that Yuratan, he's basically a resident sleeper on this A main side when he's playing on attack, and Satoshi's keeping a keen eye on him. And Yuratan's actually been allowed to crawl in. Okay, the smoke comes back.
It's about to really that time.
Oh, getting up close. There's one, and Yuratan not making it easy for this Chinese team here. You find a second as well, right on heaven as the A side opened up. And while I understand that the chat wants to see Bind and they want Rare Adam to win, I don't think Jugi's given any instruction for the team to slow down no matter what the score is. 13-1, 13-5, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be
थोड़ा सा W हो रहा
their way. By the looks of it, I don't think we're going to see Bind today. Dude, what do you think, Azrai?
region shield का क्या सीन है बे देखना
It's
समझ में नहीं आ रहा
not too early, but not too late to say either. So I have no idea, man. Because Rare Adam, they've surprised us with a couple of like really good rounds at the first half. Minato's been doing a lot. Satoshi has had some had some stellar, clutch rounds. So if a mixture of those two get into the swing of things in this second half, maybe even I think so. Single controller on Bind.
Okay, yeah, no, let's not go there.
Okay, okay.
Flash.
No,
I think
we
you
like
very
control.
well what we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Single controller Bind is
we
never
like
coming back.
the Astro. We like the Viper. There's a lot of
Yep, exactly.
what do you call this? Utility variants you can play with this, right? And that's the
Cage
reason
का
why
lineup
Global
किधर
Esports
गिरा
has
हुआ
such a good control of that first
किधर गिरा
and
बे?
second half, just because of how good Astra supports and how good Viper can hold his
अच्छा वो
side.
सर्कल वो भाई क्रैम का था वो रैम जाना रहेगा तो उधर का खोलेगा इधर साइड जाना होगा तो रैम का खोलेगा
to get that fight, but a reaction instant towards mid-region to take on Vents, and they've sent Patrick to do that job. Minato, is he going to be checked? Yes, he is, and he readjusts perfectly. Cage has gone up, now they're going to be confused. Zay needs to be careful, whether or not he's crossed on over to the site, or has he coming close to him. At the same time,
करते हुए तो check corner
pressure on ramp as well, but Zay takes out Yuratan. That makes it a
Anti.
little bit easier
Cypher
for them.
anti था वो जो
Back
भी
to
था
the
anti
speed they go. The commitment from Midnight only good for one.
थोड़ा सा
As
ट्रेड
Global
हुआ थोड़ा सा
Esports
ट्रेड हुआ
still
नो वरीज
maintaining
3v2
the equilibrium
easy
of
oh shit
men
solo
on
है
either side. 3 versus 3. But the A side currently, by the way, is open, and Crystal already making his way there. Maybe
वो
to
3v3
favor,
है
I'm not
इतना
sure
मोमेंट
if he's
इतना दूर क्यों रखा है
Still on
लोगों
heaven,
ने पास
and
था
Rare
उधर
Adam are falling for this.
Yeah, Crystal is super low though, so him falling down.
Right.
is quite a
एक और
bad
left
issue. Wow, what a trap from Kelly Yass, just trap and confidence from him. Just
Spike
immediately
planted.
easy
shutting down UAO.
easy
Last
3 versus
player
2.
standing.
3 versus 1. I'm just counting numbers now.
Gun here.
Satoshi, once again, your team calls upon
3-5
you.
को
You've
लेके
done
नाम है
1v3 before, and this is pretty doable as well. Poppy's down half HP. Kelly is the only
Nice
healthy
ball,
one
nice
pretty much to
ball.
fight here, and Crystal's on one.
किसने बोला भाई
Paranoia
तुम
could
लोग
change
मेन
this. If
मुंह
he
दिखा रहा है ये लोग
Paranoia's the backside and takes a fight out swing wide.
हल्का सा
Could win this
हल्का सा
one, but he's gonna
हल्का
tap the
सा
spike first. No, he's gonna look for the angles. If the first will not connect the second, Crystal was there as well. At the right
Almost.
time to cover him up
Almost.
from main. Almost impossible. to win the
almost ये
round.
लोग भी बोला
10-5, and anybody and everybody who asked about the
Jinx नहीं करूँगा,
bind,
but
and
that's
said
it.
that we should play
GG's.
single controller on Viper. You guys are tired.
वापस उनका एक है फिर से अभी 11
Please stay away
Bye.
from me. Do not mention anything about single controller Viper because I don't even know when.
उसके
it never
बाद
happened. What are you talking
11-5
about?
अगर
Asura was not there.
इन्होंने
We
थोड़ा
said
एक को
that's
डाउन
what
के ऑफ
happened.
निकालेंगे 2
Absolutely
विल
not.
हो जाएगा
Oh,
and
okay.
that
You know,
that's
yeah,
it
now
it's
you get what we're
GG's
talking
4
about? Yeah.
our
that-
way
Yeah.
Now
I remember
he
now, I
got
remember.
it. Okay.
Okay, I thought.
rare atomic bomb नाम है उनका
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What the sheriff
there
से
you
मारा
go. Good
Speaking
contact
of
at the very
trauma.
start, though.
sorry sheriff
Pick
मार
that
सकता
up.
हूँ I'm sorry
Yeah, no, they can't pick up the weapon at least, but it's a good 4 versus 5 aggressive stance there from from Rare Adam.
मेज पंक स्विच
Midnight, ready for the contact. He's got
मैं
it.
legit
He's
मेज
gonna
पंक
jump
स्विच
once
उठाने
again.
वाला था
Needs
पर बाद में
information. He's
सिंगुलरिटी
got
आ गई
nothing
मेरे
to
भाई अभी
work with here.
सिंगुलरिटी वैसे
Satoshi
अपनी
coming in to help him out, but
पसंदीदा
the
है
smoke's
ही
gone down. They set up Kelly
दीदी
S for
दीदा पसंदीदा
that Vents position, and he's actually going to be able
I
to
like to
re-clear so
apologize.
much of this. They're going to follow them through.
Nice.
They're going to run in, give a little bit of sound.
Yeah.
Now they're aware of the fact
दोनों
that
दोनों
Vents
साथ में
has
चिपक
been taken by
चिपक
Global
गए
Esports, but B
एक
is
क्यू
where
पर
majority of the attention now is spanning towards from GE.
Okay.
Okay.
At least this does give some information, right, on how they're going to be approaching. Do they have any, like... Okay. This just breaks down. There it is. Breaks down. They go into the site, so it's all going to be into Minato. But unfortunately, UAO just could not give that...
30 seconds.
Nice.
Goes out. Gets flummoxed, and now it's...
Nice.
Poppy's just cleaning up house. This is just... 2 versus 2 is still not done yet. Big flag
Yeah,
from
nice.
Satoshi as well from B main, so... There is possibility right now for this round to still swing the favor for Adam. There's still no
Sure.
planted down.
Enemy remaining.
And
Last player
one
standing
more
left.
crystal. My God, 9 seconds, man. He's gotta have to do something right here and now.
Oh, that's actually a great plan from him as well. Unless, of course, he's been spotted. Yeah, he knows he's here. But Crystal gonna reposition pretty quickly on towards spawn. He's got a drone to play. He's got a shock dart as well. But he's just gonna escape on towards heaven. The repositioning is gonna be paramount here. Does the
Easy,
Breeze
easy.
expect
What time?
this? Midnight. He's not looking even in remotely in the general direction. And Cresto once again with the clutch. Global Esports kind of almost let this slip away.
ढूंढते रह
As
जाओगे.
soon as they entered that B
If you
site,
know, you
where
know.
Adam had a good chance to actually make this, work. But that cosmic divide actually helped break that crossfire between Satoshi and Midnight because he couldn't come out of heaven. And even though Poppy went down, the trade was instantaneous. And Crystal, at the right moment, decided to rotate around and call the bluff on the top of the spike. Perfect, once again, from Global Esports.
Yeah, and the problem right here for Rare Adam, I think is you're in that spot now where it's just getting into your head, right? It's just messing you up. Like he would have probably expected as well the rotation from Crystal if he waited for like 5 seconds and no one was there. But this is just brutal here for Rare Adam. Oh
Yeah.
Heavy W, रे, heavy W.
Okay. They're just
बेचारा ऑफ ही
steamrolling
नहीं
them
कर
down
पाया
right now, and it's gonna be Zay.
थोड़ा ऑफ से किल
UA are
निकालो
the only ones left, and they've been spotted as well. The neural theft gives enough information. A little too
खाया
confident
खाया
here.
खाया
Patrick
60 खाया 60
doesn't
खाया
have to
I
overcommit.
mean 60 लो
Overstayed his welcome there,
Yo,
and
pahले
they're
से
gonna
लो.
go for the save now as match point approaches pretty quick.
पहले से लो था ना
save the weapon if we can. Yeah, it's probably gonna be 12-5 for sure. It's just the way that they're playing is just to try to save the weapon for as long as possible. Although Raze could lose this operator.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna lose it. Global Esports are not backing down. They've got money for days, so they're not, too afraid of breaking the bank for as many rounds as possible. At least for the next 2 at the bare minimum. But
I'm sorry.
this is so far been a statement from Global Esports compared to after what happened yesterday.
Cypher
Yeah, a definite.
मुंह दिखाई करे
different
मुंह
swing. I
दिखाए
wonder if Poppy's gonna, pick up that operator for his for maybe.
I mean that's it guys
Patrick
it's a
here.
GG's
Just kind of wondering, right?
मान मेरी जान
Anyways, that was a clean push. Like the drop from Satoshi to just try to deal with Patrick, and it just did nothing. Really cleared up the site.
ADS
Now-
पे उसका मूवमेंट है फिर मेरा
I
ADS पे
don't know
साला
if they can swing it one more round potentially, but
लगेगा मेरा
Global Esports
I don't
definitely
think so.
has full control of this game.
Yep, by a distance at
Yep.
that as well. A final desperate attempt to try and maybe keep things intact. They do have the dimensional drift, if at all.
थोड़ा सा नहीं
They
लग
want
रहा
to
है
get some control, some information, just, find out where these Global Esports players are situated. But Zay's
Yeah, already
he's
is
got
fast.
flash in his hand, and he's got his breach alongside it. Double flash, but it doesn't matter. Not a single
इसमें
player
off
aligned.
नहीं
and
उठाया,
Crystal
auto
just
उठाया।
taps him straight down.
हाँ
And
हम
that's
ये
gonna
बे
be
साला
a big ultimate
I'm sorry.
taken away. Could be the beginning of the
I'm
end
sorry.
as well. That gives
You've seen this
Crystal
and
and
I'm sorry.
Hunter's Fury as well. So Global Esports have now 2 big win conditions to finish
और
off this
भेंडी
game right
इको
here,
प्लेयर
right
यार
now.
आउटलो निकल गया है any
Blue
comments
Tent's also slowly creeping up here.
Nice.
Possibly to get some control
Nice.
on the site. If Satoshi doesn't actually catches this, there's a possibility where Udatan just pushes all the way through spawn, and this gets
ये क्या
completely
ब्रह्मांड के दूसरे
unsecured
कोने पे भेजा जा रहा
by
है
Rare
शॉट
Adam. That, or he just waits and just lurks and just sees if he's the one who's going to be able to get a free kill potentially. Crystal just rips out the ultimate, can't find UAO, who does have a sick setup here at the back of the B
अच्छा
side.
dodge था, अच्छा dodge था.
Yeah, Yudatan's found one more and towards mid though, and that's gonna give them the opening onto heaven. Now UAO is pretty much done and dusted here. Yudatan's gonna take care of him. Satoshi does deploy
Aye,
the
bro.
paranoia, but it's not gonna be enough. The pressure is
Satoshi
too high.
bhai.
The B side has to be given
I'll
away.
say that was an NT.
They relinquish control. And here comes the overdrive to finish things off, it seems.
Overdrive?
Minato's gonna hold on as he's gonna wait for Yudatan to come in from behind him.
वो draft तो
And
उसका
it's
ना?
not gonna be needed, it seems. Crystal through the smoke once again. Finds the first, and
अच्छा
Yudatan
वो काटा
to
नहीं मेरे को
finish
लगा
it
काटने
off.
वाले वाला.
A statement victory from Global Esports here, ladies and gentlemen. As they finish off the series 2-0, 13-1, and 13-5.
अच्छा था, अच्छा था.
Yeah, decisive. And
That was a
this
clean,
is
clear
exactly,
cut, good
this is what
gameplay.
Global Esports definitely wanted for an outcome, right? Is all of their ideas coming in and just working, the pieces that they have placed into certain roles have been just kind of working as well. And I gotta say, the clutch factor for Global Esports in this entire series has just been phenomenal, right? Everybody has just been putting up a lot
lobby
of
छोड़ दिया
work,
उसने वाला.
and it really just
हो
goes
गया
to
मेरा आज.
show. And I gotta say, this Global Esports definitely did not or went above and beyond in this series.
Absolutely. Also, I'm
अरे ये तो आवाज में बैठा है कोच तो थोड़ा
recently formed and they still agreed
obvious नहीं
to
लगता
come and participate in face-off. You know, yeah, they will probably be sad after this loss, but hey, it's just a show match. It's for you to work out what exactly you can and cannot put on the server. And I'm really glad that they've come here, given us their time to play these Global Esports, to show our audience a variety of different things that they've been doing in China as well. And hopefully this time around, even with this new roster that Rare Atom have got, they can make it to Ascension once again.
Bro, that was a
last
GG.
time. And maybe, who knows, this time go above and beyond and win it as well as compared to the second place from the previous time.
2 मिनट के लग रहा था
Thank you
comeback
so
was
much, Rare Atom, for joining us as well.
comeback
Shout
was
out to you
possible
guys.
but nah
But
bro.
overall, Global Esports, team effort, man. Clear team effort.
Yeah,
I agree.
absolutely.
I agree.
We saw everything just work out so
Agree
well
to
for them.
disagree.
And I'm still absolutely surprised that, as you mentioned, with Juvenile's
Oh no shit.
philosophy, right, with the no flashes, it is working so well here. And
Field team अपना नाम
I'm
change
all
क्यों
for
कह
it,
रहे?
man. Different way of playing Valorant, a different way of approaching
किसी को पता?
things is definitely going to shake up some other teams here.
Indeed, and if you guys notice the scoreboard, if you look at the first bloods, right? 3 for Kelly, 3 for Crystal, 3 for Yuratan, 2 for I think it was anyway. Surprisingly, once again, it was Patrick who did not have a single first blood, being the duelist. It's kind of interesting because they play that contact style everywhere, and Patrick's kind of like the anomaly who moves on towards mid. So they play that push and pull system in a different sense of the way that they don't use the duelist as the first contact. Instead, they use a triple buddy system with the support itself, because you usually, even if you lose one of their players, Patrick instantly makes a movement to the other side of the map, and he gets map control to when it's conceded on the first part of the map, which is kind of exciting to see how they're playing constantly against, and if or not teams that will be playing in the upcoming days will be able to figure this out and break it down.
कहाँ गए
And I
haters
think
बोल
the
रहे
way to kind of counter this
रुक रहा था chat
strategy
पढ़ते
is
वक्त
gonna require
अपनी तो chat हिल रही
so
है. I'm sorry.
much
Love you.
time and effort, because again, going back to what Juvenile was saying about
Udo
how
का पे बड़ा.
the way that
Ever
they
heard
approach,
of
ascend,
creating
similar here to
space?
as well,
+1.
is just to block out as much.
You come
vision
just
as
rolling here.
possible.
He's not
And
serious.
because of this forces a team
Bobs
such as
वगैरह
Ram
killed
to
iki
try
kiki
to,
kiki. Won't
get information
ठीक
by
है?
offering up to peak, and
Anti-rare
all
item,
that
plus
they
one,
get
plus one.
caught, and this actually happened
Actually,
so
anti
many
था
times.
नहीं रे
So
वो.
this is
According to
just
me.
so
बाकी
good
लोग का पता नहीं.
for Global Esports, and if teams can't adjust to that, it's gonna be
इसलिए
Global
बोलूँगा कि
Esports just having more wins during the face-off.
ओके मैं कुछ नहीं बोल रहा.
Yeah, most certainly.
But
I think
anyways,
they're gonna be really happy with this as well. Let's have
Definitely top
a
5
bit of
contender in
a
a pack.
word with the team
ठीक है?
itself, shall we? Kelly S is back once again.
अपनी बात हो रही है क्या?
This
किसकी बात हो
time,
रही है?
again, I'm pretty sure with a big white smile. Yesterday wasn't that great, but Kelly welcome back. And I'm pretty sure you're feeling great about this victory, aren't you?
Yep. Feels nice, you know, because we've been working hard for the past 1 month plus. So yeah, we're seeing progress.
Yeah. First thing I gotta ask, man. What was going in your head when you saw that parkour play from Udutan, where he jumped over the tripwire? What was going in your head when you saw it?
Bro, my face, you know, I'm so shocked, you know, because I tried it, so hard, you know, so hard to do, you know, it's not consistent.
उडुटन कौन यार देखना पड़ेगा वैलोरेंट कब खेलोगे 6 बजे स्ट्रीम पे आता मैं 6 बजे स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट जल्दी स्टार्ट करूंगा स्ट्रीम आज
It was
एल
amazing.
सब भी आ जाए गेम खेलता भी एंड करके गेम
You
खेलता
know,
भी फिर
Kelly,
डायरेक्ट 6
I
बजे
actually
स्ट्रीम
have
ऑन
to
करूंगा
ask you, right?
फिर 6
You
से
guys
9
play
वैलो
a really
आई मीन
contact
स्ट्रीम उसके
style
बाद
of
वो मेरा हम
playing,
लोग
but
का
you don't really depend on set executes here, and that's what
थोड़ा
GB
सा
said as
जीजी
well.
से
You know, is that something that you've
कुछ
really
तो है
liked playing? You know,
कुछ
you
तो
played
है
a different role before. Do you like playing that
यार
contact
सिल्वर
style with
लॉबी में
3
आयन
players
कहाँ
taking
से
control,
आ
or
रहे
do you prefer playing a lot more faster?
किसके
I think it
ओ
depends
शिट
on
मिनिमाइज करना
coach
पड़ेगा
James,
क्या
you know, because he got the system already, and I just need to follow the
गेम
system.
कैप्चर
And
कैसे होना क्या इसकी
I
बैंड की
just mix up the pace, you know. I can also do
ओ
fast,
हाँ
slow.
होता है रे
Yeah.
सिल्वर लॉबी काइंड ऑफ सिल्वर
Okay.
को ना उसके तो
I
हार्ड
wanted to
स्ट्राइक
ask
सिल्वर क्यों
this,
बोलते हैं उसमें
you
सब
know,
आते हैं
from
सिल्वर
someone
आयन
at
ऐसा टाइम आएगा जब तेरे को गोल्ड आएंगे ओपोनेंट
has
में
joined Global Esports.
और
What's
ऐसा
been
टाइम आएगा
the
जब सिल्वर
you
आएंगे
know biggest
आयन आएंगे तेरे
transition for you? I'm not sure if someone asked you
थोड़ा
this
है वो
already, but
बीटी
this
है
is my first time asking it. What's been the biggest transition from you coming from, let's say, a Filipino team, you know, going into Global Esports that's an international team, especially playing in Pacific? What's been the feeling and what's been the experience so far?
Oh, it's pretty different, you know, because we're playing at the highest
तो
level
जॉय बॉय क्या खेल रहे हैं ये तो ऑनलाइन
this
ही नहीं है
time, and I don't have any free
अरे
time
यार
to
तू
do
ब्रॉन्ज चला गया
stupid things, so I
आनंद
need to lock in and give everything I got to give the best result for the org, you know.
5 स्टैक है
It's
क्या
living
तू खेलता नहीं तो मैं
the
जा
dream
रहा
already, so
5 स्टैक का झूल
try
कर
to
आता मैं
give it all.
Man,
Absolutely, man.
that's what we love to hear. That's what we love to hear. Giving it all is all the fans. You know, I'm pretty sure they've really enjoyed you,
Yes,
especially today
yes.
as well. You know, I think the reads that you had were really great, and overall the movement of the team itself was really on point. Everybody was playing well. But what do you feel? You know, was the biggest difference from yesterday to today? How did the team improve so much
1.5
in
घंटे
such
में
a
मैच
short span?
खत्म
What do you think was something that changed from yesterday to today?
I think yesterday we're
भाई
playing a
कसम
bit
से कल
more
32 प्लस
not
की और एक
close.
बंदा थ्रो कर रहा था उसके वजह से
That's why we're
कूद गया
playing a bit scared, you know, a bit scared of making mistakes. But this time,
अबे
coach
तू तो भी
gave
सिल्वर
us
स्टक है मैं
system
आयरन
that
स्टक था
you just need to
एक्चुअली स्टक
play
नहीं था मेरा पोटैटो
proactive,
पीसी
more
था आई मीन
proactive, you know,
लैपटॉप था
and play to win, not to play, not
बट
play not
अपार्ट
to
फ्रॉम
lose, you
दैट
know.
है वो बिग
So
सीन है
you just do that.
32
Yeah.
किल के लेट्स गो मेरे भाई
Last question for me. This is just more for my benefit than anything else. Asked you about the you know earlier
अरे मैं
before the
स्ट्रीम
series
एंटी करने वाला
started.
था
I
1
wanted to
घंटा
ask
हुआ
your
नहीं मेरा
first
अभी तक
impressions after using it
हो
a
गया
couple
क्या
of
घंटा
times
किधर
now in
लिखते
the
हो
series, and then after that, just quick shout outs to
ये हो गया
whoever you want to say shout out to.
चलो गाइस दैट वाज अ स्ट्रीम 33 लेट्स गो यू नो द ड्रिल अरे देख ना लाइटिंग है देख ना मेरा इसलिए ये टाइम पे ना मैं स्ट्रीम नहीं करता इधर से एक तो मेरे ब्लैकआउट कर्टेन्स नहीं है रे नहीं तो मेरे को क्या मैं तो साला 5-6 बजे चालू कर दूँ स्ट्रीम 5 बजे पूरा उजेला होता है तो डार्क आउट दिखता है उसके बाद 24 के उसमें भी माइनस ऐसे कभी मैं मैच में ना जो थ्रो होते हैं उसमें कभी टॉप फ्रैग करने का ट्राई करने का किल्स निकालने का ट्राई करने का तो क्या होता है ज़्यादा डरेगा टॉप फ्रैग रहेगा कम माइनस होता है टीम में भी मैच में भी मिलता है परफॉर्मेंस बोनस मिलता है उसकी वजह से थोड़ा सा देखने का हाँ चलो गाइस दैट वाज इट मज़ा आया तो बताओ कल भी आएंगे कल भी आएंगे कल भी करेंगे कल का एक्चुअली मेरे को पता नहीं किसका बट कल भी आएंगे सेलेक्ट तो ये लोग ने पूरा वो नहीं डाला है रोस्टर आई मीन जो भी है वो टूर्नामेंट डिटेल्स कब किसका है कब किधर किसका है सबका देखना पड़ेगा अभी You must remember 720 60 FPS. पर साला थोड़ा सा बीटी देता है कभी कभी। एक ये मेरा ये उससे भी स्मूथ है। दिख रहा है मूवमेंट? यू कैन सी मी। छः बजे इनकेस 6 नहीं हुआ तो 6:30 तक बस मैक्स। बस बोल रहा मैक्स मैक्स। मोस्टली 6 बट 6:30 तक मैक्स। अरे वो हम लोग के घर पे वो आती है आंटी आती है काम वाली हाँ बस मेड आती है। सो उनका थोड़ा टाइम लग। ये कुछ ज़्यादा बड़ा नहीं दिख रहा है। दैट्स व्हाट शी सेड। ओह शिट थोड़ा सा लेफ्ट राइट हो गया। गुड नॉट बैड। स्पेस एक्चुअली मैं सोलो खेलता हूँ भाई। मैं रुकता हूँ नहीं तो सोलो खेल लेता हूँ। एक थोड़ा रुकूंगा मैं फिर सीधा कल्टी ले लेता हूँ मैं। क्योंकि वो थोड़ा अजीब भी लगता है मैं ऐसा रुके वो रुकूँ किसके लिए। कॉम्पी के लिए आप भी आएगा एक और आएंगे और आएंगे। एक तो मैं पहली साल स्ट्रीम शॉट करता 2-3 घंटे ही करता हूँ। सो मैं ट्राई करता हूँ जितने हो सके उतने मैचेस आ सके। सो बेस्ट थोड़ा अच्छा भी लगेगा ना। एनीवेज चैनल पे तो फटाक से लाइक रेडी रहूंगा। डन से डन से डन से थोड़ा ट्राई कर सिल्वर आने तक ट्राई कर नहीं डुओ करेंगे नहीं तो अपन डुओ खेल लेंगे उसमें क्या। एनीवेज चैनल पे नया तो लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब दबा के जाना। अपन मिलते हैं 6-6:30 बजे विद द सेल सी टेक इट इजी फैम पीस। हाँ कर दो रैंडम से ऐसे आएंगे तो क्या करूँ +1